Hello, my name's Harvey.
My name's Nessa.
My name's Adar Kapti.
My name is Alfie.
I'm 17 years old.
18 years old.
I'm 18.
I'm 18.
I'm 17.
Yeah, but I'm a wimp, so I try to avoid watching them.
Sometimes, but don't really like horror movies. They're a bit scary, you know?
Yeah, I watch horror movies if I see them on.
Do I watch horror films? Yeah, I do. I watch two type of horror films. I watch like paranormal and I watch normal horror.
Yeah, actually quite a lot, actually, yeah. The most recent one, oh, I forgot what it's called. Oh wait, actually no. Okay, well, this is not the most recent one, but I thought Insidious was quite scary.
It's not really scary, but I like the knowing. Built with suspense and all of that. I'm just a chicken anyway, so anything's scary.
Well, I don't really remember watching any horror movies, but I saw a trailer for a film called Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That looked pretty horrifying, yeah.
The Saw films were pretty bad.
The most scariest film I've ever watched is, there's quite a few, but the most would be Paranormal Activity.
In my opinion, what makes a horror movie scary is like the characters' personalities, the props, the gory stuff like the blood, even the camera angles and lighting could have a big influence on what makes it scary, plus the sounds and stuff like that.
It's the build-up and the music, and when things jump out. I don't care about the gory stuff, it's just when things jump out, I will have a heart attack.
I think it's the tension and the build-up is the scary parts. Like all the blood and gore, yeah, that's scary, but it's just the tension and the not knowing what's gonna come next and stuff like that.
I think it's the music, like the tension building, and if it's dark, you kind of already expect something bad to happen, and then the music's playing. I think that makes it scary.
I think the most key concepts that make a horror movie scary is the build-up, the tension and the suspense. Without that, I don't think something called horror would actually occur, if you know what I'm trying to say, because, for example, if you're watching a horror film and it's a bright room, there's loads of people around, that's not going to really get you scary, if you know what I'm trying to say. But if the camera's facing one dark room, there's no one around, the camera's moving slowly, there's no music, it's quiet, then you know something's going to happen, you know what I'm trying to say. Something will happen and it will just make the mood more scary, it will just get people up on their seats and just get shouting, if you know what I'm trying to say.
I would put more dramatic costumes, the makeup, more original music, and more gory stuff. I don't know, I just use my imagination.
If I was to make a horror movie, I'd try and make it as scary as possible and as horrifying as possible, but I'd use a real life situation, a car crash, someone getting ran over. The reason I'd use that is because that's scary in general, but to make it even more scarier, you can put your own twist on it. So, and where it's realistic, people will be able to relate to it more as it happens in everyday life. So, someone getting ran over, for example, the head could bounce off the windscreen, but the windscreen could smash, then blood could just come out of nowhere, stuff like that. That's realistic. People could maybe relate to it a bit more than seeing something that is never going to happen.
To be honest, if I would make a horror movie, I would literally do anything I can to make it the most scary, to make people feel like it's going to be the most scariest film that's ever been created. For example, the exotic locations will be, firstly, my first choice would be shot in the woods, a forest. It has to be. That just gives me the idea of a scary movie. Secondly, I'll get my characters that fit in, characters that bond with the actual film, characters that, you know, reflect on a horror movie. I couldn't get someone that looks like a comedy person and put them in a horror movie. It just won't. Yeah, and I'll get my props, the products I need, anything, weapons, just to make the film more scary. Props, everything.
I think sometimes the jumping scenes are a bit like you already know it's coming to jump out, but I think it needs to be more like powerful, like more pop. Like, yeah.
There's loads of it in modern day ones anyway, so I don't know. Maybe more of it, I don't know. Maybe more guns and I don't know.
Some freaky creatures, a bit of blood and gore really, and some crazy knives and like special effects that like obviously make the screen, I don't know how to put it, but like it has effects, so then you're getting more worried and the music's just playing. So yeah, I think quite a lot.
In a horror movie, I expect to see things such as blood, knives, gory things, like ghosts, things that are unrealistic, like things that ain't gonna happen every day in your house that will make you scared, like unimaginary things, like things that don't exist, to make it scary and to make it interesting. Because if you put something unrealistic in a thing, it'll make it more scary, because you'll start thinking, oh, do you think that could happen to me? Stuff like that, to make it as interesting as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Blood, gore, loads of people dying, silly ways. Yeah, just loads of people dying, I don't know.
What do I expect to see in a horror movie? I would expect violence, blood, scary characters, scary locations, and a fuzzy screen, if you know what I'm trying to say. The screen has to not be clear, it has to be dark. That's what I would include. I would make my camera dark so it looks very scary. It will make the movie look more of a horror film than usual.
Death, really. A horror movie. Just like really creepy things and things that are out of the ordinary. Yeah, this is anything that jumps out at me is classed as a horror movie.